Republicans are going after the IRS and trying to take away the agency's new funding. I'm Hannah Brandt in Washington. I'll have that story coming up.
Plus, settlement for scam victims. Hundreds of Kentuckians taking advantage of finally getting their day in court. We take you there. And how you can win a new car in the new year, all while supporting a good cause. It's the top of the hour. Fox 56 News at 7 starts right now.
Live from Lexington, our home, your news. This is Fox 56 News at 7.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Imani Payne. Settlement for scam victims. We begin tonight with hundreds of Kentuckians who lost their disability benefits years ago, now having those same benefits reinstated. Danielle Miskell joins us now live with how it's being made possible. And Danielle, this is good news for those that were taken advantage of.
Yes, it is. And one attorney who I spoke with who says that he's been spearheading this litigation for these clients for the last 7 years told me that many of them are going to be hearing this news for the very first time today. Khan, who ironically conned many truck drivers and coal miners when they went to him for help with their disability applications to get approved, is now having to have, having to get this security social disability applications approved. After Khan was convicted of stealing from the Social Security Administration, those disabled were also found guilty by association and haven't got paid their benefits for the last 7 years. But as of today, they have a chance to get paid back what they're rightfully owed.
Which is a game changer for some of the poorest people in the poorest area of our nation. And my vulnerable neighbors here in Appalachia.
Ned Pillersdorf has been an attorney in Appalachia for 41 years. He and a team of volunteer lawyers across the U.S. spent the last 7.5 working on the Eric C. Khan litigation, representing who they call the 500 forgotten clients. But he says they were never forgotten. They just had no idea there was a lawsuit being filed on their behalf.
When I say we, I can't emphasize more. We've had a wonderful influx of volunteer lawyers. I mean, we had lawyers who did more than 1,000 hearings, 100 U.S. District Court cases.
In 2017, Khan pleaded guilty to scamming the Social Security Administration out of hundreds of millions of dollars and will be in federal prison until at least 2040. There were hundreds of Eastern Kentuckians who applied for disability benefits but were rejected by red tape, so they went to Khan for help. He forged many applications, paid off a judge, and got paid millions. None of the clients knew Khan was bribing a judge to get their disability benefits approved. Yet Pillersdorf says they've been punished for his actions.
Every hearing started out with the judge saying, you're a former Khan client. There's a secret finding of fraud you can't challenge because Khan was your lawyer. The truth is, there's never been any evidence any of the Khan clients were involved in any wrongdoing. You won't find a Khan client who met Mr. Khan.
Pillersdorf said those hearings were declared unconstitutional.
And the agreement means that these 500 people who we've been most worried about, even without benefits for 6 years, they can get their benefits reinstated if they ask for a new hearing. And significantly, if they win the new hearing, they would get their back pay, which is typically probably about $100,000 each.
Pillersdorf is now trying to get the word out. There have been hundreds of disabled Eastern Kentuckians who have been suffering and had no idea that for the last 7 years, help was on the way.
We've had a lot of dark days up here. We've had a lot of suicides. Finally, after some long, dark days, there's some sunshine in the future for these folks.
And Attorney Pillersdorf said that the most important task at hand is getting the word out. So if you know of any Eastern Kentuckians who were formerly represented by Khan, they need to know that they can apply for a new hearing and get their benefits reinstated immediately. And as of this Thursday, Pillersdorf will be at the Floyd County Courthouse to go over the rules of the settlement. And he says that he hopes to meet some of these clients that he has been representing for the last 7 years. Live in Lexington, I'm Danielle Miskell, Fox 56 News.
All right, Danielle, thank you. Turning now to weather, Chris, as you can see, I'm all smiles because the sun did come out today, so I really hope you're not going to rain on my parade.
And I am. And I'm going to start raining on your parade tomorrow, then we're going to go into Thursday, and then Friday I'm going to really give you a treat. How about some snow chances?
Should have known.
Yeah, it's going to be a possibility. Pretty active weather stretch ahead late week, and we're going to see lots of weather heading our way. Officially topping out at 55 degrees for that high today. That is well above our average of 42. That's where we should be clocking in. for this time of the year. Yeah, I don't think you'll find many folks complaining about some of the milder air we've been seeing. Right now, looking towards downtown, just some high clouds passing through. We'll see clouds continue to increase and temperatures right now at 47 degrees. We take you down to the south. Over in Somerset right now, we have just a few clouds. Temperatures nearly the same, 46 degrees with a calm wind, and temperatures across all of central and eastern Kentucky hanging out in the 40s out there as we're starting to cool off, and we'll continue to do so through this evening. Staying dry as we work through tonight, just clouds increasing, eventually going partly to mostly cloudy as we work through this evening. Temperatures continue to cool off into the low 40s, 30s by tomorrow morning, but it gets warmer with more rain chances. We'll talk more about that with your full forecast here in just a bit. Imani.
Chris, thank you. Now to what's making headlines tonight at 7. The internet can be a powerful tool with endless possibilities, but if you aren't careful, it can be a dangerous place too. Local police departments cracking down on hackers by educating people about the most common crimes they see online. A big one is using Wi-Fi to snoop through your private information. Everything from logins and passwords to the sites you visit most often. Another issue they're seeing is hackers installing viruses onto your devices through public Wi-Fi, but there are some ways to protect yourself by installing certain software.
You can certainly make it safer by using something like a VPN. Again, you want to be careful and use a trusted VPN service, do your research. But if you're going to access personal stuff, our recommendation would be not to do that on public Wi-Fi.
A VPN is a private network that hides your online identity. We have more information about that on our website. That's fox56news.com. Republicans trying to strip new funding from the IRS. The House passed a bill to do just that last night, and some lawmakers want to take it even further. Hannah Brandt is in Washington tonight with more.
The very first bill passed by the new Republican-controlled House would stop the expansion of the IRS.
The IRS does not need a raise. It needs a reckoning.
The legislation would claw back the $70 billion Congress allocated to beef up the tax agency. Democrats say the extra funding is needed to update technology and add staff to process taxes.
This is about making sure that everybody pays their fair share and that the richest don't get to avoid time and time again the ability to do that.
But Republicans say a bigger IRS would mean more audits for average Americans.
Those IRS agents would be set up to go after hardworking families across this country.
Every Republican in the House voted to pass the bill, and the party isn't finished with this issue yet.
We can take that one step further now. We can do away with the Internal Revenue Service altogether.
Congressman Buddy Carter is introducing a bill to overhaul the tax system by abolishing the IRS and replacing federal income tax with the national sales tax. He argues that system would be more straightforward.
You would be in charge now. You would decide if you want to buy something, and when you buy it, you're going to have to pay taxes on it.
But to have any effect, both bills have to get through the Democrat-controlled Senate. Even though that's unlikely, Carter says he isn't giving up.
We can't just stop and not act just because we don't think something's going to get through the Senate. We have to continue to do our job.
Carter still has work to do to convince all of his Republican colleagues to support his bill. In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
The Department of Education trying to reduce federal student loan payment costs with new proposed regulations. The proposal includes amending the pay-as-you-earn plan and cuts monthly loan payments in half for undergrads. A typical graduate of a four-year public university would save around $2,000 a year under this proposal. Coming up, how gas stoves could be dangerous for your lung health. But first, we head out and about with Deanne Stevens.
Celebrating 10 years of Lexus for the Little Ones. Your chance to help Kentucky kids and win a brand new Lexus. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. More when we return here on the Fox 56 News.
You're watching Fox 56 News. Our home, your news.
This seems like a win-win-win for all of us. Buy a ticket. Check it out. Win a Lexus. And the best part of all, you're helping Kentucky's kids. It is Lexus for the little ones. Eric is with us. He is with the MAP Foundation, who has overseen all of this for how many? You guys have done this for 10 years now?
Yeah, we are coming on our 10th year. Over the last 9 years, we've given away $800,000 to Kentucky Children's Hospital and $250,000 to Woodhill Community Center, just through the Lexus for the little ones.
This is an amazing project that you guys are doing and touching so many great lives. And it's a really simple thing to do, right? What do we need to do?
It is. It's $100 a ticket. We're selling 2,500 tickets this year. And it's incredible because this year we have an RX 350, which is a beautiful vehicle. Somebody wins it every year. You just go log on. You'll get all.
Might as well be you, is what he's getting ready to say.
Right.
Might as well be me. Oh, I've tried.
Well, try again, please. It's super simple, and the proceeds do go to great causes, of course.
Of course, we know what they do at the Kentucky Children's Hospital. For folks who aren't familiar with the great work that goes on at the Woodhill Community Center, tell them real quickly about that.
It's a great project. Started in 2018. Kids are there for arts, academics, and athletics. We built a beautiful facility in that neighborhood, and it's kind of like home for those young people. So.
All right, it is a fantastic place. Speaking of fantastic, I'm afraid to even put fingerprints on it. Check out the all-new RX 350 Lexus. Sarah is with us from Lexus of Lexington. And Sarah, this is the brand spanking new one. This is a new body style, new everything, right?
It sure is. So what's really exciting about the 2023 RX is that it's been completely redesigned from the ground up. So sportier body style, bigger than ever touchscreen display, completely restyled and reshaped seats for more comfort, the whole 9 yards, really.
Start the baby up. You got to see the screen on this thing. The all-new RX 350 here from Lexus of Lexington, celebrating 10 years. Lexus for the little ones. You can get your raffle ticket right now. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Isn't it beautiful? Back to you guys.
Coming up, we focus on the positive. A new initiative is turning heads while helping students read more.
And we're going to track out some rain chances as we get into your Wednesday. Rain and storms with some strong storms a possibility by Thursday. Details on that busy forecast coming up.
Tomorrow, wake up with the Fox 56 Morning News, the only news that stays local from 5 to 9.
Now we focus on the positive. Little libraries are popping up in communities across Kentucky, and a new Peanuts-themed one at Kingston Elementary School is turning heads. Many of the school's students live in rural parts of Madison County with limited access to public libraries. Fortunately, students can stop by the Little Library anytime to pick up a new book or drop one off. The Student of the Week is also allowed to take a book home. Angie Daniels, project creator, says she hasn't spent any money to keep it stocked.
The more books that a child has in school starting from a young age, the better reader they will be, and the better reader they are, the better student they will be. So we just want to give them every opportunity that we can to have books at home, to build that home library so that they can be successful.
It's located besides the Kingston Blessing Box.
Now your forecast from Fox 56 News, the weather authority.
All right, we're dry out there. We're going to see some clouds that continue to increase as we work deeper into this evening, overnight tonight. Eventually, mostly cloudy skies will take over as we get into your Wednesday, and that's going to bring some rain chances back into the forecast. Right now, 47 degrees here in the metro. Light winds out of the south and west at around 5 miles per hour. And listen, as we get into tonight, it's going to be another chilly one out there. Temperatures back into the 30s, not quite as cold as what we were, but another chilly start tomorrow morning leading to a milder afternoon. But again, it's all about those rain chances moving forward. Satellite and radar showing dry skies, but notice some of the clouds starting to work in from our west and northwest. Again, that's a trend that will take us through tonight. Weak surface boundary pushing across the Commonwealth, clouds increasing. We're going to stay dry as we head through tonight, but that changes as we get into your Wednesday. System working in from the Central Plains, and then it's all eyes on a stronger system that's working onto the western coast, bringing heavy rainfall, some snows. My goodness, this storm's going to pack a punch for many, especially when it gets to our neck of the woods, because it's going to bring rain and storm chances to the forecast. Then we're going to wrap things up with a little bit of light snow before we finally send this system off to the east and northeast. Let's talk about a futurecast as we head through tonight into your Wednesday morning. Mostly cloudy skies eventually take over. And here's where we get in on some of that drizzle. Some scattered showers becoming likely as we work through the day. Disturbance pushing through, and that's going to provide that spark for the rain chances we'll see as we get into your Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon. And then here comes the warm front. Temperatures overnight going to be much milder. That's because highs getting into your Thursday, topping out in the upper 50s to around 60. But notice scattered showers and storms becoming likely. And yes, some of those could be on the strong to severe side before we flip the script. Temperatures really cool off, and we'll track in some rain to light snow. Again, this system working onto the western coast now will push towards the east, and as it does so, providing the threat for us for some stronger storms. Right now, it looks like the best severe threat will try to show up across the deep south. Would not be surprised if we do see an upgrade or two with this. As far as the outlook is concerned, marginal risk out, that's on a scale of 1 to 5. So this is a lower end severe threat, but we're watching this closely because we could see an upgrade with some stronger storms that could make it into the mix as we get into your Thursday morning once again into Thursday afternoon. Breaking down like this, here comes the low pressure system and that cold front bringing those rain and storm chances into central and southern Kentucky by around 9:30 or so. So we're looking mid to late morning for the activity to ramp up. That continues into your Thursday afternoon. Cold front blasts through, wrap around moisture with some cold air to play with, meaning some flurries to eventually some light snow showers that will take over as we get into your Friday afternoon, continues into Friday evening. And yes, even some minor accumulations look like a possibility. 7-day forecast showing milder temperatures, rain and storms Thursday, some snow Friday, trending dry through the weekend with more rain chances returning early next week. Amani, back to you.
Chris, thank you. Now we focus on your health. Gas stoves could be banned. We dive into the dangers they present to you and your family. And new regulations released about childhood obesity, why traditional tactics can make matters worse in the long run. That's next. Today's Mega Millions jackpot is $1.1 billion, and tomorrow's Powerball prize is $360 million. More news is next.
Scan the QR code on your screen now and download the Fox 56 News app, sponsored by the Kentucky Lottery. Over 4.4
The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission considering banning gas stoves. It comes following growing concerns over indoor pollution caused by natural gas burning, which can cause health issues. About 35% of U.S. homes use gas stoves that release pollution deemed unsafe. The Inflation Reduction Act provides credits for shifting from gas to electric ranges. New guidelines saying early treatment is better in the fight against childhood obesity and that the traditional watchful waiting could make matters worse. Fox's Teresa Priolo has more.
It's the biggest change in the way the medical community views and treats childhood obesity in the last 15 years. The American Academy of Pediatrics telling parents and pediatricians to ditch the watchful waiting approach.
Obesity is associated with a number of very significant comorbid illnesses like high blood pressure, kidney disease, liver disease. As time goes on, these comorbid conditions become worse and more severe and cumulative. So the paradigm for watchful waiting, while it's tempting, it really is a bad idea.
For children and teens, obesity is defined as having a body mass index at or above the 95th percentile, meaning these kids are heavier than 95% of kids their age. That amounts to roughly 20% of children, or 15 million kids. The new guidance recommends acting fast with lifestyle and diet changes, medication, and even surgery.
When we look at surgical intervention, it actually results in not only a significant amount of weight loss, but a durable amount of weight loss.
The one problem, the new guidance puts much of the burden on your pediatrician. As it is, they're already pressed for time and overworked. Dr. Diane Hess is a pediatric obesity specialist.
If you read the studies, the successful programs required 26 hours of face-to-face counseling between a physician or a counselor with the parents and the child. I don't know many people who have 26 hours to do that.
In Dr. Hess's experience, much of the obesity she sees is rooted in other issues. Classifying it as a disease helps chip away at the problem.
We had to fight to get obesity classified as a disease because obesity has been considered a personal choice and a shameful choice. And we know that it's not. It has to do with genetics, and it has to do with lifestyle, and it has to do with socioeconomic status.
Teresa Priolo, Fox 5 News.
A restaurant review platform offering to pay you big bucks to eat out. The Infatuation wants an editor for its New York offices, and the salary is a cool $85,000 to $130,000 a year. But the real perk is a bonus of $30,000 a year for dining out. Applicants have to have editing experience and an appetite for eating out. Chris, I think we just found your perfect job here.
Where's the link at?
I'll get you the link because I know it's perfect.
I swear if you do.
But you know what? You have a more important job here telling us all about the weather, which he will do for us tonight at 10. We'll see you then. Bye.